How does one start becoming a firefighter? What are the first steps in the application process, and what do you need to do, or like certifications that you need to take?
Probably the first step I would say is networking. Like
Okay.
it's all about who you
Yeah.
know. And with firefighting especially, it's not like a degree. Like if you went into kinesiology, there's a set pathway kind of
Right.
for you where you're like, okay, I got to take all these courses and then you get to the end.
Right.
Firefighting is a little different. People come from different backgrounds, people come from different things. So just talking to them can really, really help. If you can talk to a chief or a hiring person, that'll really help. They can give you basically little tips and tricks of like, this place is really good to get your air brakes, which is one of the certifications that you have to get. This place is really good for your first responder first aid, which is a certification you have to get. And then this place would be really good to get your firefighter 1, firefighter 2, hazmat operations, which are the other certifications you need to get. And then you're good. Then, that's all you need.
So in like one sentence, do you know, and can you name it off the top of your head? What are all the courses / certifications you need to take?
So all the courses and certifications, you need your air brakes endorsement. You need your first responder first aid. You need your firefighter level 1, firefighter level 2, hazmat, and hazmat operations. So you can get those through different. The firefighter 1, 2, hazmat operations is through either online or the GIBC if you're here in BC. And you do online coursework for the online one. And then you would go to either Texas or some places in Canada for like 2 weeks, do all the practical skills, write your tests, and then you're good.
Gotcha. So if I want to become a firefighter right now, how fast could I do all of that?
I'd probably say the fastest you could do, maybe 6 months.
Gotcha. What's on average?
On average, most people about a year.
Gotcha.
It seems like to get everything kind of done.
Gotcha. So are there any special requirements that you need to do or keep in the back of your head to become a firefighter here in BC or even here in Vancouver?
Volunteer.
Gotcha.
Volunteer as much as you can. So they want you to be in the community. Firefighters do a lot of volunteering and a lot of great work in the community. So they want to actually make sure that you yourself are doing that as well. So the biggest thing I've always been recommended is volunteering, and trying different things, seeing different populations. It's actually really important because you can see the constituents that you'd be helping. You'll be in neighborhoods that you might not normally be in. You get to see people and help them out. So just having as much volunteering experience as you can go pretty far.
And can you pick the city in which you want to work in?
Yes. So you basically, all the cities are separate from each other and all of them have different requirements other than the certifications.
Gotcha.
But some actually require more post-secondary than others. Gotcha. Post-secondary doesn't mean university education, just anything that would classify as post-secondary credits.
Like college or...
Yeah, college or even like trades are considered credits as well. So basically each city has their own requirements, so you have to look at each individual city and see what they need to apply.
Cool. Gotcha. So what level of fitness would you need, or like is there a physical test? Like where are we at?
There's a physical test. It depends on the city. Like I think Coquitlam does a VO2 max test. Where you have to get done at Fortius or wherever you can get a VO2 max test. And then some require a 1,500 meter run in a certain amount of time. They're all kind of different. I'd say that isn't necessarily the hardest. You have to be physically fit, but the hardest day is one day where you're in full gear and you're rolling hoses and rolling them back up. Basically, they're looking to see, are your skills good?
Right.
And can you basically do it? That is the hardest. That is the hardest thing. Wearing all that weight.
Yeah.
And there isn't necessarily like a requirement, like you have to do it in a certain amount of time or whatever, but they can kind of see like, this person isn't necessarily ready or they definitely didn't know how to roll up a hose, stuff like that.
Gotcha.